Hi, welcome to the Triple Groomer podcast. This is Bite Me, the only podcast where we dismantle the dogma that the patriarchy taught us and confront uncomfortable truths for a better tomorrow. I'm Brooke, the Truthful Groomer. On today's episode, we're going to piggyback a little on last week's episode where I talked about, or last week's. I'm filming these all in one day. We're going to talk a little bit about the last episode where I discussed, churches and their role in U.S. government. And we talk about churches and we talk about control in U.S. government and the reason that churches would exist in that aspect. What that comes down to is money. Money is power. So churches seek to exploit people in the form of manipulation so that they can continue to maintain power over people, and then power typically coincides hand in hand with money. I mean, that is capitalism in America. Capitalism in America, in my opinion, is a disease. I remember as a child, my dad trying to explain to me capitalism, talking about it like it was a good thing, that one person could work hard. He's a white male. One person could work hard and have all of this money and all of this wealth and all of this fortune, and the other people who didn't work as hard wouldn't have that. And then he talked about socialism and the way it is in other countries and how everybody has equal amounts and one person shouldn't have to work for another person. It didn't make any sense to me, because to me, I'm like, okay, well, that person has a piece of bread. I have a piece of bread. Fair is fair is fair. But the way he talked about it is like, no, only some people deserve bread and other people don't, for whatever the reason is. And that's capitalism, They talk about it on shows like Shark Tank. You'll see it, oh, the American dream is capitalism. But what is capitalism really? Do you need to be Jeff Bezos? Do you need to own an island? Do you need to buy the island of Hawaii, Mark Zuckerberg? I don't think that we need all that to be happy. If you need all that to be happy, there's something seriously wrong with you. And also, you're not going to find the answer to your problems. They've done studies where, to a point, money will bring you happiness. To a point, you need, shelter, because it'll make you comfortable. You need shelter, you need food, you need clothes to wear to cover your body. You need it's a hierarchy of needs. You need the basics, and to a point, those things will make you happy. But to a point, you don't get any more happy. Buying 10 yachts isn't going to make you any more happy. So you see all of these rich billionaires, all of these corporate tycoons, and they're buying things, and they're, trying to buy islands and boats and not giving any money back to the pandemic, and trying to fill this void with money and power that's never going to be filled. This is why we need to normalize. Oh, we'll talk about that next episode. This is why we need to normalize therapy in men in America, and probably the world as a whole. Because the patriarchy doesn't just exist here. This is a worldwide thing. This money, greed, the patriarchy, and capitalism. It's a whole mess. So when we talk about eat the rich, like, we talk about how, yes, maybe some people, I guess, can have a little more than others, but to what end? I mean, look at Congress. What did they give us? They gave us that $600 check recently. It's literally the scraps. What happened with that $600 check is that they decided they wanted more money and they wanted access to more money. And the only reason they were going to get access to more money is if they actually gave, we have to make it look like we're giving something to the American people. We can't just take this money. But honestly, they're doing it right in front of our faces. I don't even know why they tried. They threw us the scraps, you guys. That $600 check is scraps of what's left over. $600 is nothing to these people. $600 they spend in an afternoon. And that's what they gave us as Americans for the last year to live on, is $600, and plus the $1,200 check initially and whatever we got for our children. But other countries, other socialist there's some 162 other sovereign free countries out there. Don't talk to me about socialism and America is the best in the world and That's Uncle Sam gaslighting you bullshit. Other countries took care of their people. They didn't go into a shitload of debt. All we did, we gave money to other countries, but we didn't give money to our own people. We gave money to military, but we didn't give money to our own people, which the military is supposed to go overseas and protect. It doesn't make any damn sense. I am a firm believer that once the boomers die out, because I think they have a lot of internalized trauma and that they're trying to fill up with all this money, I'm a firm believer that once they die out, you'll see a lot less of this. We talked about my brother who's a Gen Z in a couple of the last episodes and how Gen Z thinks a little differently than we do. They are more practical. Or the boomers, they call us, the millennials, extremists, but the boomers are extremists, you know? They're the ones that are like, money, 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 greed, greed, you know? And we're over here starving. It's incredulous. All of us are sitting here right now just shocked because our whole lives we were told how great America was, and it just isn't. And it is because what you're seeing are the after effects of late stage capitalism. We have now fallen victim to that. We're an impoverished country. Whether you want to believe that or not, that's what we're going through as a nation right now. This is bigger than the Great Depression. This is bigger than the pandemic shutdowns. This is bigger than the stock market's falling. This is us realizing what America truly is and what it's become. And I know people don't like it when I say this, and I know I lose followers when I say this, but if you want to blame somebody, blame the boomer generation, who can blame the silent generation. And all of them can be blamed for not talking about this. Is why people need to talk about their feelings. You can't just hold it all in and just, what is this big show we're putting on for everybody? Just hold it all in and don't get therapy, and we're just going to pretend like everything's okay and just deal with it. No, talk about your feelings so you don't become a greedy capitalist trying to fill all of your holes in your soul up with money. And that's how Mitch McConnell came to be the Palpatine that he is. And he is Palpatine. You can't tell me he isn't. That man's never going to die. Oh, Georgia, you got to come save us. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing? Oh my gosh, $600. Oh, these people. You got to laugh or you'll cry. We talk about capitalism and we talk about eat the rich and we talk about the greedy corporations and America coming to be what it is and how we've been gaslit. We talk about all these things and we talk about what we want to do about it, but we only talk about it and we never do anything. So what do? You know, we're the cogs that run the machine to the beast. They can't come after all of us. What if we did all stop paying our taxes? What if there was a strike on spending other than necessities? What if we all stop paying our mortgages? You guys, there's more of them than there's more of us than there is them. I said that wrong. There's more of us than there are them. It reminds me of that movie A Bug's Life. And in A Bug's Life, you see the grasshoppers are oppressing the ants, and they're making the ants do all the work. Like, really and truly, A Bug's Life, I should make a TikTok about it. Like, the bugs are made to do all the work while the grasshoppers reap all the benefits, and then the bugs are left the scraps. And one day the ants realize, like, we are the power. There's more. We outnumber them. Even in the movie, the grasshopper says those little ants outnumber us 100-1. That's us. That's the American people. We outnumber the people in Congress like thousands to 1. When do we take back our democracy? That's what I want to know. Because it's no longer American democracy. This is a dictatorship at this point. And Mitch McConnell is the ringleader. You know, I'd say Trump is, but he's off doing some delusional shit. I don't know what happened to him. Nobody does. The man just disappeared. And I'd like to say that I can put some faith in Biden and Kamala. And I think Kamala maybe would do something, but I don't know that Biden will. I don't know that we're going to get any more stimulus. But what you'll see in months to come is a bankruptcy wave and a housing bubble. And I mean, it's truly historic times here. It's worse than the Great Depression. We'll get to say that we lived through it. We'll get to say that we lived through it. What a thing. What a thing. So eat the rich, but how do we eat the rich? Like, what time do we eat them? Does anybody know when the dinner bell is? We can discuss this on the forum on the website. If you go to the website, the www.thetruthfulgroomer.com, there's a discussion forum. If you want to discuss it a little deeper than that, you can join the Patreon group where we have a private Facebook group and you have access to Truthful Groomer hacks. As always, if you check out the website, there's also a merch store and some dog grooming courses if you decide you want to be a dog groomer like me. So head over to the website, go ahead and get on that discussion forum. Tell me your thoughts and ideas. I want to hear your opinions as always. I'm so grateful for you guys to be on this journey with me. I think it's so important that we keep discussing these hot topics and these controversial truths. I hope in the future to interview some of you and have you guys share your stories with me and your thoughts and opinions as to what we should do going forward for eating the rich, narcissistic abuse, the patriarchy, religious abuse, and things of the like. Yeah, we're 4 episodes in here and I'm super stoked. I hope you guys are too. So as always, thanks for joining me and I'll see you next time. Bye.